All right. How about that? So, I'm going to attempt to finish learning how I like to play this song, as well as teach you how I like to play this song so far. Of course, you can do whatever you want with it, but. So the first thing we have to do is put our capo on 1, because they love doing that. They love putting capos on 1. I actually like it because it's reminiscent of La Belle. What you're looking for, right? And this chord progression, again, that I'm such a novice, I have no idea what I'm talking about, but this chord progression, it kind of sounds like Meet Me in the Woods, The Night We Met, Love Like Ghosts. Right? Those are the chords we're going to be using to play this song. So we've got capo on 1, and then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4 up, and that's the one with the little dot, if you have a little dot right there. And it's going to be a bar, and it's basically a B minor, but up here. And then we're going to go down to 2, and only these 2 as an open kind of thing. Like that a lot. Then we're going to go down here to an A, but not play this one. Like not play this one, actually. We're just going to do these 2 here. I think this is still my favorite chord of all the chords. Move over here a little bit. All right. Then we're going to go to an E. And then, I don't know if this is like a G minor. Don't know what this is, but this is a minor chord. Basically an E minor, but up here. Bar it and these 2. And those are the only chords that we're going to use for this. Which is basically the same exact chord progression for Love Like Ghosts and Night We Met. Hear it? So yeah, I like to finger pick this song. I think he does it in like, I think they're doing it in like a kind of a lazy way, and not in a negative connotation, but it's like not precise. There's a technique to doing that I don't know, but if you listen to it, it's kind of got a lot of this in it. Kind of like that Novo Amor song. The only one I like by that dude. But yeah, I don't know how to do that, so this is what I've been doing. So the first verse goes, we just start up here. With a little bit of, and then we come down to this one. No, that's not right. With a little bit of, down here. Money I get gone and I won't be found. Right, so just this one. With a little bit of, and then this one. Look, I find a place, and then this one, where I can stay forever. So, again, and it switches up to make it interesting. Like, you could do the same thing over and over again, but why would you do that? With a little bit of money I get gone and I won't be found. With a little bit of luck I find a place where I can stay forever. And you can mess around with that, whatever sounds good to you, but it's cool to remember it, because you want to do the same thing for the second verse. I mean, you want to. You should, in my opinion, do the same thing for the second verse. Or you could do something different. You know, who gives a shit? But anyway. With a little bit of money, I'll get gone and I won't be found. With With a little bit of luck, I find a place where I can stay forever. With a little bit of money, I'll get gone, won't be found. Don't want nothing but a lonesome, quiet place where I can think. And I like to progress into the chorus with this one at the end of that. So first you're going like this. With a little bit of money I'll get gone and I won't be found. Right? Then it's like, with a little bit of luck I'll find a place where I can stay forever. With a little bit of money I'll get gone and I won't be found. Don't want nothing but a lonesome, quiet place where I can think. Spend my, and now it's going into the chorus of this. Spend my, and you want to start on that minor. Well, I like to start on the minor. Spend my whole life looking back and wondering. You can do it different ways. I still haven't really figured this out. Wondering who I was. I like that because you left on this one and now you're going down here. Spend my whole life looking back and wondering who I was. So it's a box, really. You're just like creating a box. You just something changed the day you left, and I never know just what. Now, you could end on this one. So you end the first part of the chorus on A because you kind of go up and down to give it like a little bit of feel. Spend my whole life looking back and wondering who I was. Or spend my whole life looking back and wondering who I was. I don't like that as much, right? I say right, like you should agree with what I'm saying. Right? Something changed. Now I do like this. Spend my whole life looking back and wondering who I was. Something changed the day you left, and I never know just what. So you change up these two, the progression of these two. So the first is like, so this one. Let me back up. Spent my whole life looking back, wondering who I was. And then you go here. Something changed the day you left. I'll never know just what. Whatever you want to do, but something like that. So you just change it up a little bit. So let's start from the verse, and then we'll go into the chorus, and then it's pretty much the same thing on the next go. With a little bit of money, I'll get gone, and I won't be found. With a little bit of luck, I'll find a place where I can stay forever. With a little bit of money, I get gone, and I won't be found. Don't want nothing but a lonesome, quiet place where I can think. Spent my whole life looking back and wondering who I was. Something changed the day you left, and I never know just what. Spend my whole life looking up and wondering who I am. Something tells tells me you and I will never meet again. You see what I mean? You can play around with that, but it's cool if you don't play the same chord progression for both parts of the chorus. And then it just leads into the same thing on the next one. Been a few good years out on my own, but it didn't last long. Made a couple good friends, we used to pass the lonely days together. Now something about this, I like to slide it up because it sounds real cool. We used to pass the lonely days together. You hear that? Made a couple good friends, we used to pass the lonely days together. Let's just slide it up. Slide it up. Yep. Yep. Made a little bit of money and I got stoned and I let it all go. All I want is a noisy, crowded place where I can drink. Right? And then it just goes into the same thing. Spend my whole life looking back and wondering who I was. Something changed the day you left and I never know just what. Spend my whole life looking up and wondering who I am. Something tells me you and I will never meet again. And that's it. I like it a lot. And for this last part, I'm just going to do it and see if I can get the whole thing right. 1 second. A bit of the old holiday cheer. Oh, a non-pro tip. Always equalize your ears before you start singing because you can actually hear yourself. If you don't know how to do that, you should look up some technique because it's very important in my opinion, because once you do that, you hear all kinds of stuff and you can hear your own voice resonance and things like that. Breathing technique also for a song like this is extremely important, and that's not because I'm an expert, and only because it's very, very soft. So you could find yourself out of breath very, very quickly because you're not belting it out. Like normally you'd be like, hey, but like this one is like, a little bit of money I got gone and I won't be found. And you're already out of breath and you just, and so that's why you kind of hear him breathing in. Because normally you wouldn't hear him like on a song like Meet Me in the Woods. You don't hear that breath in. But this one is like, because it's like he's just trying to get that breath in. So things you think about, things I think about. Anyway, here it goes. With a little bit of money I'll get gone and I won't be found. With a little bit of luck I find a place where I can stay forever. With a little bit of money I'll get gone and I won't be found. Don't want nothing but a lonesome quiet place where I can think. Spend my whole life looking back and wondering who I was. Something changed the day you left and I never know just what. Spend my whole life looking up and wondering who I am. Damn it. Something tells me you and I will never meet again. Had a few good years out on my own, but it didn't last long. Had a couple good friends we used to pass the lonely days together. Had a little bit of money and I got stoned and I let it all go. I just wanna know there's a crowded place where I can drink. Spend my whole life looking back and wondering who I was. Something changed the day you left and I never know just what. Spend my whole life looking up and wondering who I am. Something tells me you and I will never meet again. It's a fun song.